Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about an issue that affects all of us, whether we realize it or not. In 2020, researchers at MIT discovered something alarming. False information spreads 6 times faster than true information on social media. Lies often reach thousands of people long before the truth has a chance to catch up. This tells us that misinformation is no longer just an online annoyance. It is a digital threat that affects our everyday lives. Every day, we scroll through social media to get news, entertainment, or to stay connected with others. However, many of us do not realize how easily we can encounter false information. Misinformation can shape our opinions, influence our decisions, and even put our health at risk. Anyone can fall for it, and when that happens, the consequences do not stop with one person. They affect our families, our communities, and our future. As I prepared this speech, I reviewed scholarly journals, technology reports, and real world case studies about the impact of misinformation. The more I learned, the clearer the danger became. I also care deeply about digital safety because many of my friends and family rely on social media as their main source of information. That personal concern is what motivates me to speak to you today. My message is clear. Social media companies must take a greater responsibility for the misinformation that spreads on their platforms because failing to do so harms individuals, society, and even global stability. Today, I will first explain why misinformation is such a serious problem. Then, I will discuss what causes false information to spread and how social media companies are involved. Finally, I will explain how stronger responsibility and regulation can create a safer digital environment for everyone. Let's begin by looking at why misinformation has become such a serious problem. Misinformation on social media is dangerous because it spreads rapidly, shapes public decisions, and creates real-world harm. One clear example comes from the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the World Health Organization in 2021, misinformation about vaccines caused many people to reject medical advice. This led to preventable deaths and made the public health crisis even worse. Misinformation also spreads easily because people often share content without realizing it is false. A study by the Pew Research Center in 2020 found that more than half of Americans have accidentally shared misinformation online. This shows that false information can blend into our daily social media habits without us noticing. The problem becomes even more serious when misinformation affects politics. Researchers at Oxford University found that misleading political content influenced elections in over 70 countries. This increases polarization and weakens trust in democracy. When people cannot agree on basic facts, it becomes harder for societies to function peacefully. Now that the seriousness of misinformation is clear, let's look at why this problem exists. False information thrives because of weak regulations, engagement-driven algorithms, and limited accountability from social media companies. Social media platforms are designed to keep users engaged for as long as possible. According to Bosongi, Roy, and Errol in 2018, false information spreads faster because it triggers stronger emotions such as anger or fear. Social media algorithms then promote this content because it generates clicks, likes, and shares. Another issue is profit. Moderating harmful content requires time, workers, and money. The documentary The Social Dilemma in 2020 revealed that many companies prioritize engagement because it increases advertising revenue, even when the content is harmful. In other words, misinformation often spreads not by accident, but because it is profitable. Lastly, self-regulation has not been effective. The European Commission reported in 2022 that voluntary efforts by social media companies failed to significantly reduce harmful misinformation. Without strong rules or consequences, platforms have little incentive to make real change. Knowing the causes, let's explore how stronger responsibility from social media companies can benefit us all. Holding social media companies accountable can reduce harm, rebuild trust, and create a healthier digital future. Research from Harvard Kennedy School in 2021 shows that strong content moderation and fact checking can reduce the spread of misinformation by up to 70%. This proves that solutions already exist if companies are willing to apply them. Accountability also builds trust. According to the Edelman Trust Barometer in 2023, users trust platforms more than companies are transparent and responsible about how information is managed. Trust is essential if social media is to remain a useful tool rather than a harmful one. Most importantly, better regulation protects younger users. Children and teenagers are especially vulnerable to false information. A safer digital environment can help them develop critical thinking skills instead of being exposed to harmful lies that shape their beliefs early in life. As we come to the end of this speech, it is clear that misinformation is not just an online issue, it is a societal threat that demands immediate action. Today, I explain why misinformation is dangerous, what causes it, and how social media companies responsible can bring real benefits to society. Now, the question is, what can we do? So, I encourage you to support policies and digital initiatives that push social media companies to take responsibility. Verify information before sharing it, stay informed, and speak up when you encounter false content online. In a world where lies can travel across the globe in seconds, the truth diverse defenders. Social media companies must be part of the solution, not the cause. If we do not act now, misinformation will continue to shape our world in ways we cannot control. Thank you.